Classical versus operant conditioning. Have you ever noticed how hearing a phone notification can make you feel excited or anxious even before you check it? Or why people keep doing things that get rewarded, like working harder when they get paid? These are both examples of learning through conditioning. And today I'm going to explain the difference between classical conditioning and operant conditioning. Let's start with classical conditioning. Classical conditioning is a type of learning where we form associations between two stimuli. One of the most famous examples comes from Ivan Pavlov's experiment with dogs. Pavlov noticed that dogs would naturally drool when they saw food. This is called an unconditioned response because it happens automatically. In his experiment, Pavlov rang a bell every time he gave the dogs food. At first, the bell meant nothing to the dogs, but after repeating this process several times, the dogs began to associate the bell with food. Eventually, the dogs started drooling just from hearing the bell, even when no food was present. At that point, the bell became a conditioned stimulus, and the drooling became a conditioned response. In simple terms, classical conditioning is learning through association, where something that was neutral becomes meaningful. Now let's look at operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is a type of learning where behavior is influenced by consequences. This concept was developed by B.F. Skinner. Believed that behaviors followed by positive outcomes are more likely to be repeated, while behaviors followed by negative outcomes are less likely to be repeated. There are a few key parts to operant conditioning. Positive reinforcement, which means adding something good to increase your behavior. For example, getting paid for doing a job. Negative reinforcement, which means removing something unpleasant to increase the behavior. For example, putting on a seatbelt to stop a car from beeping. Punishment, on the other hand, is used to decrease the behavior. For example, getting grounded for breaking a rule. So overall, operant conditioning is about learning through rewards and punishments.